Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're taking a look at a game which I played quite a bit of when it first came out, and that game is Bomber Crew. It's a crew management game at a very fast-paced World War II bomber commander type of a game, in which you try and pilot your bomber to your target, destroy your target, and get back, all while overcoming various fast-paced and frenetic enemy attacks, which require very rapid decisions on your part to defend your bomber from enemy defenses. Now, when the game first came out, it was a game that looked at the Royal Air Force specifically in the Lancaster bomber. As I mentioned, I did play it quite a bit, but there have been a couple of DLC packs that have come out since the game launched. One of those was a skin pack, which, per my understanding, just sort of adds new artwork and things like that. Same for skin pack 2 and 3. But there have actually been some content DLC packs which have come out since then. Bomber Crew Secret Weapons, of which I really haven't played much of, and any of. And Bomber Crew USAF, which just came out, 2 days ago? And that's kind of cool, because it actually adds a new bomber to your arsenal from which you can try and fly through, and a new campaign as well. So the original Bomber Crew you played in Northern Europe, you flew out of the British Islands, and you were in the Royal Air Force. In Bomber Crew USAF, you, as you would guess, play as Americans rather than British, and you fly the vaunted B-17. Now, those of you who may remember when the channel covered Bomber Crew quite a bit, we had a long list of deaths within my crew. And you can see here on the memorial wall that we had quite a few. But I'm going to be giving a first look today to the USAF. I haven't actually played it yet. To the USAF Bomber Crew DLC, which introduces the B-17 and the Americans, and a Mediterranean campaign. Additionally, looks like it gives you bombers lost, crews lost, targets destroyed, all on the bottom. It appears to be starting in Algeria, so you're going to be playing through a Mediterranean campaign, is my understanding, and sort of the initial, I guess, was that the 15th Air Force that flew out of the Mediterranean? I always get that confused. But essentially the U.S. bombing campaign, which is often overlooked, which took place in North Africa. And then eventually migrated to Italy. In fact, one of the few movies that I can ever find that actually reference the bombing campaign that was taking place over Italy was the original Tuskegee Airmen film, where the Tuskegee Airmen are flying escort duty for bombers that are flying out of Foggia, or whatever that Italian air base was known as, into the soft underbelly of Europe. So with that being said, we start off with 2,000 experience, I think $4,000. We can go into crew gear and see what our options are here. You can see here very American names. So Marvin Anderson, Lewis Cook, Salvatore Gonzalez, Gloria Jackson, Steve Coleman, Inns Knight, Bernard Parker, Rose Torres, and Milton Taylor are our crew. And you can see it's a much larger crew. I think in the original Bomber Crew, you had 4 or 5 crew members. You've got a lot more, so this is definitely adding a larger crew, which is fitting because it does sort of reflect the reality of the B-17 being a much larger, well, not larger aircraft, I guess. The Lancaster carried more bombs, but certainly more reliant on daylight bombing and heavy armament of machine guns. Okay, so we should probably give our crew gear. So what's a full preset? Let's do basic pilot preset. We're going to do... he's the engineer, right? My engineer's going to need speed, so we'll equip him with that. Yeah, I'm just going to go equip everybody with the basic flight set. I'm not going to go with armored because it makes him too slow, although it does make him more durable. The navigator set appears to be an American thing because you can see the little American star. Actually, that's kind of a cool little look. Not all of them have that, but the American pilot does have that, so we'll spend a little bit of money doing that. I like the sunglasses. I guess the gunners should have that shit, right? Gonna spend all my money equipping my gunners. Alright, so we spent about half of our money. We can go ahead and check out the aircraft as well. As you remember, you can modify your aircraft. So there's our beloved little B-17 there. We can add some waste text or whatever. So I think we're just going to change our text to be America. Because why the hell not? Black text probably works best there. America, hashtag America. All right. Our bomber, you can see here we've got, it's a 4-engine bomber, so which was the same as the Lancaster. You can see here 30 cal, machine guns, systems, standard electrical. We don't really have enough money or experience to really upgrade any of that. So we're just going to keep that all kind of as is, and I don't know if we have any additional crew members we can recruit. Nope, we've got a full crew to start, so we can't recruit anybody else. There's our little base here. You can see the American flags. I don't know why there's blue flags. I don't know what that would represent. It certainly predates the United Nations, so I don't know why there's blue text. But that kind of, we can't recruit. Our cruise gear is all assigned. Training, I don't know what I can really do in the way of training at the moment. Yeah, I don't think I can train anyone anything because they're all rookies, so we can't give them any sort of new traits or characteristics or capabilities. The aircraft stuff, we really don't have enough to do much there, I don't think anyway. Like, all this stuff is over the minimum. I mean, we could add engine extinguishers. Those will cost $1,000. We'll install those, so if our engines start on fire, we can hopefully put them out. Yeah, and I won't have enough money for anything now, so we're just going to jump right into the mission here with our bomber, hashtag America. And then you can see all the people in the American outfits here. You can see our bases here in Algeria, and our first target is going to be the ammo dump at Tunis. So this is occurring during the Allied invasion of North Africa. You can see Operation Torch has been a fine success. Now we've got to consolidate our foothold in North Africa. The enemy's holding out at Tunis and stockpiling ammunition. Let's send it up in smoke. Okay, so this is interesting because this mission is more closely tied to the actual bombing, the actual land campaign that's going on. So we'll see how this all plays out. All right, so you've got the Bombay over here. You've got a lot more machine gun posts. You've got 2 waist gunners. All right, so you've got a tail gunner, 2 waist gunners. You've got a turret gunner down here. You've got your radio operator, your navigator, your bombardier, your engineer, and your single pilot. There's a top turret as well, which is currently not being used. We're waiting. All right. All right, so we're going to go ahead and take off with our lovely little B-17, hashtag America. I don't know why not speeding up. All right, raise gear. Navigation update required. Oh. I almost forgot about that whole navigation thing. Alright, so let's go ahead and raise it up to medium altitude. I think with our presets, our crew should be okay to deal with the weather of flying at medium altitude. I don't know what our radio man really needs to do. I'm just going to put him on the top turret. Alright, so ammo feed installed on the top turret. The tail turret also has an ammo feed. I think all of our... Actually, that's interesting. All of our gunners have ammo feeds installed. So, that changes a little bit. With the Lancaster, you really had to strategically align, getting people to and from the ammo boxes to refill, at least until you'd upgraded your plane to that capability. So the B-17 appears to have ammo feeds for everything right away. Oh, shit. Enemy fight... Oh, those are frickin' biplanes. Well, those should be easy, right? Reached altitude. So you got the flying fortress, the venerable flying fortress with all of its firepower. You can see there 4 machine guns, waist gunner firing there, top turret, bottom turret, and rear turret. So quite a bit of firepower. Now I imagine that means we will run into much stiffer enemy resistance as we get further into the campaign. Where's our bombardier? I never remember what the symbol looks like. Where's the damn target? I think we're flying way off target here. Feels like it anyway. Feels like we went right past the damn target. Alright. Target spotted. I don't even know which guy this is. Oh, he's down there at the bottom with the bomb symbol. Duh. It does seem like there's cloud cover, though, so I don't... Yeah, we're gonna have to... Well, unless the cloud cover clears up. Did I not drop? Did I could have sworn I clicked drop. Alright, let's turn around and go for another pass. There's no enemy flak. And I think maybe we're too high up for the flak to bear on us. Closed doors. Alright. I can go ahead and photograph enemy ships. The Graf Zeppelin's not supposed to be operational yet. Get the photo and return to base. Wait, there's a German aircraft carrier? So clouds appear to be more challenging than they were before. Alright, so I wonder if this is a little bit... Oops. A little bit more scripted, perhaps, than before. We'll lower altitude. We'll come around for another pass. Oh, shit. Where are they? I'm being attacked by untagged fighters. That's okay. Alright, we're gonna fly through flak here. Good photo. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. That's a lot of enemy flak. Why are they all biplanes? Is that just... they're easier? Get the hell out of this. Alright, shoot him down. Alright, engineer. Go repair it. God damn it. I'm not really sure where these bad guys are at. I don't have good eyes on them, but I think they may have... What's this? Shit. there was a third over here somewhere. At least I've got 2 of them tagged. Oh, shit. There he is. Oh, shit, there's 3 more. Alright, someone needs to fix this shit. Shit, I don't have an emergency dive ability. I need to ferry the goddamn... One of our things is gonna fall off. Alright, go fix shit. Alright, not like the radar's been doing me any good. Pilot, bring us down to lower altitude. Alright, so I think I may have just barely survived. I'm hoping the enemy's done attacking us. Alright, so... That's repaired. You're a gunner. Go back to your stations. Both of you. One of our engines appears... Did one of our engines... No. Alright. Alright, so we're moving in. We're coming in for the landing. Returning to base. Lower the gear. How are we doing on fuel? Usage rate's high because that... Okay, so fuel's... we should be okay. Alright, down we go. Down for the landing. So that was a rough go for my first B-17 run, but the mighty fort was able to take the damage, and hopefully we land without incident. I like how we cruised 3/4 of the way down the runway before we set down. Like, oh, we're at the end of the runway. No big deal. Alright. There we go. Successful first mission. Mission results. Ammo dump at Tunis, $1,200 and 150 eyeballs and a magnifying glass. Returned and repaired. No slow time bonus. Okay. And we got 1 recon photo. Alright. Meanwhile, the experience of our crew should go up. Hopefully we've got some level 2s now. Although it doesn't really look like anything unlocks until level 5. It's a big-ass crew we have, though. No one was hurt, so that's good. Oh, we got a couple level 3s. Nice. Alright, so we gained radio for recon and focus. So we can now do an emergency dive, which performs an emergency dive to quickly pull out. Boost to get extra speed. Radio for locations of hazards. And focus, which increases the focus when aiming, so it makes us better at shooting down enemy aircraft. We also unlocked a whole shit ton of stuff. Okay. That's a lot of stuff to unlock. We'll exit the debrief. We've got a whole bunch of new gear. You can see here we've flown. That's a nice little trait. They added how many miles we've flown, how many targets we've destroyed, 0 bombers lost, 0 crews lost, 1 recon photo taken, 10 enemy fighters destroyed. If we go to the briefing here, I'm assuming because that was just the first training mission at Tunis, we've kind of got other options now, and we do. So we have enemy airfield near Monserrato on the southern tip of Sardinia, which again translates to a relationship to this operation. An Allied transport ship is coming under enemy attack from enemy torpedo boats. Defend the ship at all costs. And a coastal patrol. Patrol near the coast of Algiers for enemy activity. Photograph any hostile presence. Okay, so interesting missions here. Nothing into the heart of Europe yet. But that's probably because, well, just because. Meanwhile, Frederick Falk and Melvin Moe are the two aces in our area, as well as two question marks that we get bounties for if we destroy them. No need to recruit anyone because we've already done that. I don't know if we can train anyone yet. I don't think so. I don't think we got to the levels at which we can train anybody. Yeah, so I think they already learned those skills, so I can't really train them skills they've already learned, and I can't unlock anything new. So, let's see where our crew is from. Milton Taylor's from Minneapolis. He's a train conductor. Rose Torres is a chemist from Bridgeport, I'm assuming Connecticut. Patterson, I don't know, is that Ohio? Reading, Houston, Akron, Lowell, San Diego. Oh, what are we kidding ourselves? They're all gonna die anyway. You know me, the butcher. Everyone's... If you're on my crew, good luck. Good luck. Alright, so successful mission. We've got 3 more missions. The other thing I think is interesting here is in the original bomber crew, there was very clearly, like, here's the mission that will unlock the next progress stage in the campaign, and it looks like they still have these check marks with these little stars up here, but there's no clear path to that. Like, I'm assuming if I do these 3, then maybe one will pop up, but you used to be able to keep doing the same missions over to gain more experience, to make you more ready for that mission, but you could also jump ahead early if you felt you were ready, and I don't see that as an option, so that's another thing that appears to be a little bit different from this versus the others. This is a short duration mission with a low risk, so let's go ahead and give that another shot with our crew here. We're just going to stay at low altitude in this mission. But again, one of the strategy elements of the game is kind of missing when you consider the fact that there's no need to worry about reloading your gunners. So go ahead and raise the gear. Now, because we're at low altitude, I don't think we can do an emergency dive pretty much ever. There's also, is that time compression? If we hold down control, I think. Or was that boost? I'm not really sure. I don't know what I just did. I didn't boost, though. I did not do that. Alright. So we'll go to the next navigation point. So I don't think we're actually going to bomb anything. I mean, I could be wrong. It's not in our mission anyway. We're on a radio for recon. See if we get any tips here. Holy crap. Alright, so we've got 3 enemy ships that we're supposed to take photos of. I don't know if we're actually supposed to... Ah, shit, we're gonna fly right over it. So apparently my camera has to recharge. So it looks like a battleship and maybe at least 1 transport, maybe 2, I can't really tell. It's a lot of frickin' flak, though, coming at us. I'm curious if it's going to... I mean, I'm taking hits here. I don't know if I should be like trying to juke by like changing altitude or anything. That looks more like a patrol boat. So I'm seeing like a transport and then also a battleship. Maybe. We'll see. If this is just a really easy mission, that could also be the case. Enemy fighters are spotted on radar. Where are they? Oh, over here. Alright. Let's go for this. Can this guy do focus? No. Can this? Yes, he can. So we've got other enemy fighters, I'm sure, that are coming in here that aren't spotted yet. I gotta use my radar on the lower left. That tells me where the enemy aircraft are. There's no nose gun for the bombardier. There should be. There should be a nose gun that he can... Alright, well, why don't you get up there? On the top turret, at least. That appears to be like a BF-110. There's a twin-engine plane over there, too. Alright. So F will send a crew member to the medical bed. Oh shit, go there. Don't... I just told my pilot to, like, leave the aircraft. So I've increased my altitude to medium altitude to get away from this flak here down by these enemy ships. They do appear to still be shooting, but I think they're much less effective. Alright, so we still have some additional enemies apparent. Nope, we cleared it. Okay, so now we can go back. So the navigation was just navigating us around that particular area here. What's malfunctioning? Something's malfunctioning. Go back and get that. Electrical system. That's not important at all. I'm assuming that might have something to do with landing gear. Our pilot is somewhat damaged. He's at half strength. But I'm not going to send him back to heal himself in the medical bed, because without a pilot, as I have learned before, he likely will die. Or sorry, the crew will all die without a pilot. So we're just going to go ahead and land, and our pilot, who suffered some damage, hopefully will hang in there. Okay. No, I'm not going to send my pilot to... That's just a bad idea, game. Don't tell me to send my pilot to go get better while he's flying the aircraft. In general, good strategy. In this case, death strategy. Alright, so we're moving in. I'm assuming we're kind of wobbling here. We're kind of swinging back and forth. I don't know if we've suffered damage or if our pilot's a little bit drunk. Maybe it's oxygen here. We're going to go ahead and lower the gear. And the B-17, the mighty flying fortress, majesty of the skies. Nose down after a successful mission, coming to rest back on the Earth. Once more, a victorious mission for the Allies. The triumphal music welcomes us home. Okay, there you go. So, a victory, again. Coastal Patrol, $1,200, 150 experience. We got 3 more successful photograph runs. So 3 recon photos snapped, $800 for returning to base, $1,200 for the mission. And then you can see here, I'm assuming some of these members will level up and crew up to the next level. At least more of our gunners should have the focus ability once they get to level 3. That seems to be where the other guy unlocked it. There you go. So focus for all of them. Meanwhile, the engineer can do a lean fuel mixture, which extends your range. Okay. So good old new stuff, and then more unlocks for our aircraft and aluminium and other things. We should take a look here. Now that we successfully did that mission, we got a whole bunch of like training things, aircraft things, or whatever that are new. But it does look like Coastal Patrol's gone, and we could go with the Defend Allied Transport Ships, which is the medium difficulty, or the raid on the enemy airfield near Monserrato in Sardinia. We're not going to do either of those right now. We'll go back to the aircraft. You can see all of the stuff that we unlocked. The nose paint, is that an aluminium? So we can make it kind of a sleek sky color with the aluminium. Different types of art. You can put a good old American... We're going to do that. We'll put the American star on the side. Ooh, we could really America this aircraft up. And we'll keep that text the same. Yeah, we're gonna go with all American stars. Flying Tigers, custom. Yellow Checker, custom. We'll leave that as is. If it's not an American Star, it's not the Memphis Belle. Do we go with the sleek American Identity Crisis? Oh, with like the German paint scheme almost, it looks like. Interesting. Nah, we'll go with the we'll go classic green or aluminium. I don't know. I guess we'll go with the silver. All right, so gun turret, and that all costs nothing, by the way. So you can see here we've upgraded the ability to have additional. I don't understand the ammo belts because they're all plugged in. So like, what does it matter? They all have the feed, right? Systems, electrical. We could upgrade our electrical system. Equipment, add more racks and stuff. Survival, an inflatable dinghy. If we go to training, ooh, that's a nice little sleek-looking aircraft there. If we go to training. Bombardier now has the ability to have a second skill, either gunner, first aid, or engineer. Well, he doesn't have a gun up front, so I guess I'd go with first aid. So maybe he can be our guy that runs around and heals people up when they get hurt. Meanwhile, you can see here we've got a whole bunch of new things. O2 bottles, service cap. There's a thermal flight suit. Interesting. Although maybe not for our guys. I don't know what the manual with an X means. Alright, so that's all fine. Oops. That's all fine. All right, so I think that's going to do it for this video here. That's about 32 minutes, so this is a first look at the new DLC USAAF for United States Army Airforce, is what it stands for the Bomber Crew crew management game. It's sort of this cartoony-looking World War II game. That's a lot of fun, and I enjoyed quite a bit. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if this is something that's interesting to you. The new campaign is really intriguing. The fact that they added a whole new campaign. This is quite a while after the game originally came out. And the fact that they added America to the game rather than just the focus on the British, which actually I kind of liked the focus on the Lancaster originally, but it's nice to see the game getting continuous development, and hopefully this allows them to be successful and continue to do more things. We didn't lose any crew members, so I apologize for that. My crew is not understanding that I am the butcher, but maybe we'll succeed in that next time. Until next time, though, guys, we've flown 2 missions. We've shot down 19 enemy fighters. We've flown 1,258 miles, so that's our frequent flyer miles there. Destroyed 1 target, 0 bombers lost, 0 crew lost, $3,270 spent, 4 recon photos taken, and 0 crew members rescued. So that's the status of the American campaign. Until next time. And this is the Historical Gamer saying thank you once again for watching, and this hopefully will be the beginning of a more regular run of videos and the like coming out. But until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying thank you for watching, and I'm out.